I'm not falling for it. I'm a smart fox. La 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 la. Go away. You can't keep trying to trick... Oh shit, it's the tent. Are you my dear and close friend who loves hearing my zany, wacky stories? Or are you a pair of twin fox cubs with a song-like monotone voice and, more importantly, black eyes? Ah, wonderful, wonderful. Totally ignore everything I've said up to this point and relax as though there is nothing to worry about whatsoever. You're totally fine. Now get in the house as fast as possible. I need to lock the door. Everything is fine. So, cutting to the chase. Tonight's story is a bit of a tricky one. Yep, it's one of those stories that the more you think about it, the more likely it is to happen to you. Including the trope where said legend keeps knocking on your door and doesn't leave you alone. I'm not even safe in my own home anymore. I did all this research and... Well, I suppose you're here already. And already a part of this. I may as well break the seal. Black-eyed children. We're going to be covering black-eyed children this evening. Those dastardly little entities that imitate children to try and convince unsuspecting mortals that allowing them into their homes is a good idea and not something for nefarious reasons. I do apologize. I should have known. Let's go hide under the table as quickly and quietly as possible. I was going to say, I should have known I was getting you into this. I'm so sorry about that. I know it seems counterintuitive, but I cannot stress enough. You're just going to have to ignore it. They eventually go away. Let's get drunk. That'll help pass the time. The important thing here is that we have to just ignore it until it goes away. Welcome to the foxhole at Foxxo Esoterica. I promise I was sober when I wrote this. Welcome back to Foxxo Esoterica, the furry paranormal drunk comedy podcast that, once again, is covering a legend that tends to go after you the more you think about it. So, sorry that I'm doing a podcast episode on it. I've got to curse my audience every once in a while. At least I'm telling you the rules first. I'm your host, Foxxo Fox, the pagan vulpine that should clarify that I wouldn't fight a child on sight, even though doing the research for this episode has slightly encouraged that concept. And yes, as you can tell from the title, this episode will be a return to Foxxo Esoterica form. Tonight, I'll be joined by special guests, Maegan and Bralex, or Alex, my dear siblings. This episode will also feature a 25-page script, so who's to say whether or not this will be a two-part adventure? At the time that I'm recording this section, I know the answer, and if you can read the title, so can you. But at the time that I'm writing this, who's to say? Past Forseti is a fool and knows far less than I. The wise and eternal future Forseti. This bit is going on for too long. Let's just get to the episode. I don't think I have any more housekeeping. Welcome back to Foxxo Esoterica, everybody. How's it going?
Woo! We're back.
Yay.
We're doing remote episodes. It's like the first remote episode I've done in like a sec.
Yeah.
But we're back with the what was the bit called? My Brother, My Sister, and I podcast.
Fuck.
Which is still My Brother and I is a podcast I still have yet to this day only listened to the Warrior Cats episode.
My brother, and me, babe.
What's a warrior?
No, it's because this is a parody because it's My Brother, My Sister, and me.
Yeah, I know, but you said my brother, and I.
That one word was off. Like that's
Aaron,
forgivable.
It's not forgivable.
What's a warrior cat?
Thunderstar, Thunderpelt, Thunderheart.
You want to explain that one?
Bramble pelt, bramble fur.
Alex, after this video, you're gonna have to watch that video with Maegan because it's god tier.
I think he was there.
Like three guys listening to a list of Warrior Cats names and just losing their mind because they don't understand.
I think I was there.
You in the room?
You
No,
were
I
there
made
too,
it. I made
Lyman.
the video.
Oh, okay, cool.
Shoot, you were there too.
Then why'd you ask? It's podcast.
No.
So yeah, podcast.
Oh.
Shit. Okay. I'm Maegan.
No.
Megan's back, and we have Alex.
Yeah.
Do y'all have any new like opinions on ghosts, or just the same ones as last year?
Hold on. I got a good opinion.
Okay.
Ghosts are real.
Good.
And sewer gators are real. And
I think sewer gators might have been real sometimes.
nope, they're real right now. And I
Okay.
showed you proof.
That's what, like, I think I'm like mostly agreeing with you.
And Yetis are real.
Well, yeah, I knew that one.
And
Giants.
giants are real.
Oh yeah, we got to release that episode.
No, that one's okay. And demons are real.
Okay.
Creepypastas are real. Some of them.
Creepypasta Smile Dog is real.
The Slenderman Mansion.
Slendermen. There's more.
I think there's multiple Slendermen, but only one of them runs the Slenderman Mansion.
Only
and he
one
has
of them-
to defeat Zalgo.
Salgo is real.
It's like Avengers Tower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Avengers are not
Exactly.
real.
The only a couple of them.
Which one? Name 3.
Falcon.
Nope.
Thor.
Thor is fake.
Rocket.
Rocket's
Raccoon?
real.
You can't say that.
Yeah, Rocket's real.
Rocket's real,
You
Alex.
can't say
Check
that
it.
for sure.
Alex, he's literally a raccoon actor.
Make it.
Look at him.
He's like the least real one.
No, he's so
There he
Oh
is.
shit! There he is.
What, you think they just like
Welcome to
animated
the
a raccoon
podcast.
in
I'm
there?
showing my siblings something on video. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm gonna move right ahead because it gives me an excuse to open up the liquor I got. I was showing everybody. This is the most important part of the episode. The dark graph. This is gonna relate to the episode, I promise. But we went to the store to find the scariest alcohol, and I found a dark vodka that's berry flavored, and it's not even like it's made in the same method as vodka, but it's not really. So it was €3,
Is it
and I'm
good?
afraid of it.
Is it yummy?
I'm gonna open it right now. It's Potion Brew Dark Garage.
We just had an earthquake.
We didn't.
We did.
Shit.
Get undercover.
The people above
Like,
us
which
are
one
just
do I
a little
believe?
noisy. Maybe cats? I don't know.
I can't open this. It's just twisting.
Oh, not strong. Weak.
No, not the glue.
Yeah, that's what's holding it together.
That's what's holding us together.
This is unhinged. How do I?
I think it's
I
actually
can't do-
closed.
Get a
It's
wrench.
like twisting though.
Get a wrench.
Maybe it's like a baby one where you have to like push down and twist it.
Get Lucas.
Wake him up.
No, Lucas is gonna make fun of me.
Lucas, can you open this bottle, please?
I actually think I see what's going on. Like the little
Yeah,
perforated seal is broken, and I need a knife
Oh.
Uh-oh.
or a fork, I guess.
Aaron, go get
Oh,
Lucas.
scissors!
Make
I'm not
Lucas
getting
do it.
Lucas.
Make Lucas do
He's
it,
gonna
Aaron.
make
You're
fun
gonna
of
cut
me.
yourself.
I'm not gonna cut myself.
You're gonna lose a finger. We're gonna
Ouch!
We're gonna watch it happen and then we'll call
Okay, so I
911.
stabbed myself, but I'm
Did
not
you?
bleeding.
Okay.
Not
Aaron,
bleeding.
don't worry. If you hurt yourself, we'll call 911.
Yeah, I think that still works actually.
I
For real?
can't watch.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't remember what the number is. I think it's like 211 in Germany, but like everybody calls 911 because it's like in the pop culture, so like it works.
Oh, okay, cool. Who's in?
Fun German facts. Not that I've tried.
Hold on. I'm gonna send you a fun German fact real quick.
Okay.
That'll happen to you
Aw,
soon.
baby gator in a baby basket.
Yeah.
Okay, this
He's
will
still
work
trying
now.
to get it open.
I
I
can't
can't
watch.
fucking open the dark garage. This is the worst Foxxo Esoterica episode.
I can't watch, Aaron. This is what you're missing.
I guess while we're killing time, I'm drinking this. I'm gonna butcher this name, I think. The Stella Artois cider.
That's like a famous one.
Yeah, I'm basic.
No, I mean like it's
Water.
it's like famous enough to that where the pronunciation is like knowable. I did it.
Yeah.
Stella Artois. Not to make fun of you, Megan, because
Artois?
you're valid.
Artois.
Artois. Oh my god.
a cider journey. I used to drink wine. I don't want to drink wine anymore, so now I'm drinking cider. It's great.
Oh, look at this.
It's
This
dark.
is vodka.
Are you drinking vodka out of a wine glass?
That is so cool.
Yeah,
That is so silly.
because I didn't want to get a shot glass. It's all the way over there.
So silly.
Well, you're not drinking wine anymore?
No, not really.
Like for a reason or just the vibes?
It just doesn't taste as good.
Like okay, crazy.
I know. I don't really like alcohol very much in general. I just
that's
like
fair.
to get high.
Alcohol makes me.
It's legal where I live.
Alcohol's
Yeah,
gonna
I
kill
know.
me.
I
I'm
haven't
just saying
had
that
weed
for the
in a
record.
while.
I'm gonna
What's
give him
up?
a shout out.
Never
So
mind, I got
Skymint
scared.
had a crazy deal. So I went in to buy like the 3 bags because I eat the gummies, and they were like,
You stay
you're
buying
gonna
those
buy-
3 bucks.
if you're gonna buy 3 bags for 20, just buy 6 bags for 40. And I said, that's a great deal.
I love that.
So I have 6 bags.
Y'all send some over.
They're gonna last me forever and ever, babe.
Oh my god, this smells like it's gonna be bad for me.
Drink it.
What's gonna be bad for you?
That's tasty.
Is it?
Is it?
No.
Yeah. Ooh, no, that's that's not bad.
So what's the episode about?
Oh yeah, we're doing Foxxo. We were just rambling for a bit before the episode started, but now we're getting into it. How many minutes have gone by?
Probably 15.
No, only 10.
Probably 30 minutes.
The potion brewed is dark Garoff. It's berry vodka. It's good, and the encyclopedic collection, for posterity's sake, is I think it's your Mapa Phantasma, but it also might be the Big Boys 8000 collection because I'm doing a big boy story tonight, which means it's one of the famous ones.
Who?
Is it the Loveland Frog?
I've never heard of it.
That's not a famous one. That's a good one though. I want to do that one day. Oh yeah, the other question I was gonna ask, because y'all do projects. Do y'all have anything you want to plug on the pod?
Nah.
No.
not.
Cool.
I don't really do projects for like a living.
I do projects, but I can't associate that with this
My
debauchery.
brand? My brand good. I got good brand.
Oh my god, fine.
Drop it. Drop it.
Making videos.
At Bralex. BRALEX. Pinball
Bralex.
Boy.
Shut up.
Goose Boy.
You're pissing me off.
Go support
Yokai
him.
King.
Go to one of his videos and leave a comment.
We're not mocking them. They're good videos.
Yeah.
You guys are
I'm proud.
making fun of me.
We're not making fun of you.
Alex has talent.
Yeah, Alex is the talented one.
No, I'm the least.
Alex has
talented.
more subscribers.
I have no talents.
How many subscribers do you have right now?
I don't know, 4.
That's nice.
That's cool. So yeah, we did an introduction over. This is like the most chill Foxxo Esoterica episode I've done so far. Like everyone's like, "Ooh, I'm on the podcast vibe," but we just went in and fucking talk shit, not putting
Do you guys
the
want-
attention.
You guys want to call anyone out? Start drama?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
But
cool.
Shoot.
who do I want to fight? The Fray.
The Fray?
Yeah. Yeah, where did I go wrong? I lost a friend.
Why them?
I want to fight the Flood.
Like from Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those guys
fuck
are
those
kinda-
guys.
Those guys are kind of parasites.
Those guys are scum.
Um,
I hate the Fray because one time Rebecca, my close friend, yesterday came up with a new game called Do Karaoke, but the person singing isn't allowed to look at the words. And the game is fun because you don't. It turns out some songs are ones you don't remember the words to, even if you think you do. And I just sat there like a dumbass while the karaoke track, the How to Save a Life, was going on, and I was like, I don't know a single word in this song.
hey, at least you're not living in the Great Depression.
Yeah. That's true.
You're right.
You should be
That's
grateful for what you have.
Well, anyway. Anyway, you all ready to do the podcast?
What are we talking about?
My life is pretty good because I don't have to deal with the Great Depression.
Yeah. Oh, I thought
That's nice.
Aaron's gonna be like, yeah, so I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
I'm glad.
Nah, Maegan humbled me.
No.
Not seriously though. I'm just playing.
No, you can keep it. You keep the haters humble.
Keep the haters humble.
Are y'all ready to?
Yeah.
What's up?
No, it's good. Let's go.
We were talking about
how we want the Fire Emblem characters to be mean to us.
Yeah, they're all so nice and want to fuck me.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, you're the Divine Dragon, you're so great. And I'm like, I want someone to just call me like an asshole.
I want somebody to call me the F slur.
No.
I want
What does that say about us? Aaron has gay pass.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but like, just I don't want to alienate him, but I'm gonna reference the slur. Isn't that what's going on with Animal Crossing, like in the island game?
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah, they're throwing all of them out.
I just like want them to be mean to me.
What slurs do the Animal Crossing characters get?
All right, here's a list of the slurs that the Animal Crossing characters can say. Starting
with who?
Starting with
starting with the word.
Oh.
Anyway, I was gonna say like the Animal Crossing characters became too nice to you.
Yeah. I also want them to call me an idiot.
Yeah, I want to get bullied by an animal.
Yeah, I need conflict in my life.
You guys are furries.
No, Aaron, I'm not.
Where did I go? So yeah, moving on. The introductory bit. Heads up, I haven't looked at the script for like a.
All right, now I'm gonna plug
months.
shit.
You're on your fuck shit?
No, I'm gonna plug shit. Now that you didn't ask.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you're furry. I'll transition. I'll make this a good segue. Aaron, you're a furry. You like you go to cons. You're on your fur shit.
Yeah. I'm on my fur shit.
You ever meet a crocodile, alligator, crocodilian?
You ever smile at a crocodile?
Cayman? Wait.
Do you know any?
I think I literally just found one on Bark. So Grindr is a gay app where you can see all the gay people in your area because of the location settings on. They made an app like that for furries called Bark, but you don't just do it to hook up. You can also make friends.
That's sweet.
Is it Bark?
That's how I make friends in Germany.
Is it Bark with a Q?
Yeah.
That was it. I didn't even know that.
No, it's Bark with a Q.
I just
Wait, are you for real?
I just guessed because that seems like something they would
for
do.
real. That's a different website.
So you've met a crocodile. Alligator?
Yeah. I met a crocodile.
Alligator?
No, you crocodile.
Okay, close enough. Did you meet them in person?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
You haven't been to the...
Have you talked to them? You're like talking
Yeah,
to them?
yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
They're like, they ever talk about where they're living, their home? They're like, yeah, it's really nice around here. There's lots of like, water.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Fossa.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're talking to a sewer gator. It looks like.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Stay tuned. I'll let you know all about sewer gators.
I feel like I could do a Foxxo Esoterica episode on that, but like I'm not gonna know.
Oh, were you gonna?
No, I wasn't gonna, but you brought that up. I was like, oh shit, that's like I could do that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when I was.
But that's like I love that. That's for a second. I think that sounded like I was like, "Ooh, you beat me to it."
Yeah, I did.
But like, no, it's a good idea.
Just you wait till I talk about the Loveland Frog next.
Woo!
I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
I love the Loveland
You can do that if you want, or we could collab, I guess.
Yeah, we could. That'd be fun.
That'd be kind of fun. Rib.
Ribbit.
I don't know how many cryptids I'm gonna talk about, but I wanted to talk about sewer gators because I thought it was stupid.
No, sewer gators are lit.
And now that I'm almost done with it, sewer gators are not stupid. They're real. And shut up.
No, I think they're real.
Yeah.
I saw one.
You met one.
I met one.
Well, crocodile.
I saw
I guess.
a documentary about it.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
We
A
watched it
crockumentary.
No. That was a Christian movie.
Hey,
no, that was
hey everybody.
else. That was weird.
Crockumentary.
Crockumentary.
They're gators.
What's this crockery?
Literally alligators.
You think this is bad? This croccanery?
Literally gators.
Let's do the introductory bit, because this is a cryptid, but like only kind of.
Okay, lay it on us.
Everybody who's seen the episode title and is listening to this is like, wow, he has not gotten to it yet, but now we're doing it. Before I start getting into detail, a disclaimer is in order. This particular legend has a habit of bringing to mind online urban legend articles and chat forums.
Is this Smile Dog?
Most people who hear of this tale eagerly lump it in the same creepypasta category as Slenderman, or even the OG Hookman, or even Smile Dog. No, that wasn't as good. Not Smile Dog.
What?
Assuming it was made up whole cloth without an origin story. That's not entirely true, though, because yeah, you can guess.
Oh, is it Ted the Caver?
Nah, I want to Ted the Caver.
Is it the Wendigo?
No.
An online one.
I don't know. I like the Wendigo.
It's not an online one.
Just wanted to shout it out.
He's
we're
cute.
Talking about Wendigoon, that's an online guy.
Shout out.
Wow, I can't believe. Okay, wait. You just brought up Wendigoon. Like, literally, Lucas put on the video where he's like, "Here's a tier list of God's angels." And I was like, lit.
That sounds epic.
I love that man.
It was a good video. Like, I'm plugging it.
I don't think I saw
watch. It was a good one. He's just like, here's a definitive list of the angels and what they do, and I thought it was pretty cool.
He never talks about sewer gators though, so I'm getting into an untapped
never
market.
Say never.
I'm saying never.
Never say never.
I'm saying never. No one with any self-respect would ever talk about sewer gators.
All right, continue your pitch.
That's my
it doesn't have an origin story, but that's not entirely true, though, because at the core of the fame and dubiousness that surrounds this legend, there is an actual origin. A report made in 1996 by an actual reporter by trade. In the city of Abilene, Texas, almost 100 miles west of Dallas, a man by the name of Brian Bethel was out one night with the intention of writing a check and mailing it to his internet provider in order to pay his bills.
I thought you were gonna say
at night.
I thought you were going to say writing a check and mailing it too.
What post office is open past 5?
I think he was dropping it off in like a Dropbox because he forgot to do it earlier.
Yeah, Blue. Okay. Big Blue. That's what we call him.
Big Blue.
I think
a darker color.
Track.
The sun was down at this point, so Bethel parked next to a well-lit movie theater building in order to see his writing. That's when 2 children appeared at the car window.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
We're talking about children?
I know what it is. It's It's Jeff the Killer.
Yeah.
Is it for real? Are we talking about Jeff the Killer?
No, it's wow, my audio got fucking destroyed.
I'm sorry.
I can edit it.
It's Black Eyed Kids.
Yeah, Black Eyed Kids. That's when 2 children appeared.
Black Eyed Peas music?
Yeah. If I can get the rights to it. That's why I got black vodka. To fucking die. Bethel kept up a conversation with, quote, one boy, a somewhat suave, olive-skinned, curly-headed young man. While, quote, the other, a red-headed, pale-skinned, freckled young man, stayed in the background. While he was originally apprehensive, assuming they'd simply ask for money, they instead beckoned the reporter for a different boon, a ride back to their mother's house in order to pick up money for the Mortal Kombat movie that was playing.
Understandable.
I think these are just real kids.
All of this seems normal enough, except this irrational, unnameable fear that continuously tightened in Bethel's chest.
Bethel's?
Seemingly without reason. Brian Bethel.
Feeling that for the past 2 months.
yeah, for real. Except there were reasons to be wary. A few details are off about these kids. Having looked at the clock in his car, Bethel realized that the latest showing of Mortal Kombat was already halfway through, and by the time he dropped the kids off back, it'd be basically over. And then, having been met with obstacles, the children's pleading intensified. They started off by saying simple things in an intense monotone like, "Please, we're just 2 kids. It wouldn't take long." But then the reporter remembered the more extroverted child saying, quote, "What? It's not like we have a gun or anything," raising more red flags on the mast.
Oh my god.
The realization was too late, however. Although Bethel broke eye contact instinctively, he did so to unlock the car almost hypnotically. But when he realized his hand moving and pulled back, perhaps too quickly, He made eye contact with one of the kids, and something had changed. The children's eyes were now completely black. Despite a primal gnawing fear chewing violently at his psyche, Bethel tried to keep a good poker face going. Though he was indeed in Texas, he did not know how to hold 'em. Bethel shifted his car in reverse, and the first child, filled with anger, began pounding on the window, shouting, while the child in back looked distraught and confused. The child demanded, "We can't come in unless you tell us it's okay. Let us in." But Bethel peeled out of there nonetheless. He even is quoted as saying, "I drove out of the parking lot in a blind fear, and I'm surprised I didn't sideswipe a car or two along the way." He looked in the rearview mirror to see if the children would give chase, but to Bethel's surprise, they had completely disappeared, as soundlessly as they showed up in the first place. This would be one of the first documented cases of a visit from the notorious Black-Eyed Children legend.
What?
And though many believe this story to be urban legend fluff, the cases I present to you this evening come from poor, frightened witnesses who are quite quick to claim otherwise.
Prove it.
Claim that they're not poor and frightened?
To claim that they're not real, but they are real.
Okay.
No.
So right off the bat, Alex, do you think they're real?
Right off the bat, no, they're not real.
Yeah, I'm also with him.
We can't have, like, I've already rattled off all the real cryptids and creepypastas. We can't have, like, all of them.
Jeff the Killer.
I also used to
Jeff
work
the
in a
Killer is
school.
real.
This is standard school kid aged behavior.
This is the most normal one.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get weirder.
I mean, I've heard a lot of weird conversations. Nothing phases me.
Here's my big problem right off the bat.
Okay.
Who wanted to go see the Mortal Kombat movie? No one.
That's true.
Some evil demon children who are bad?
Come on, they have standards.
Yeah, come on.
You know, if a child is coming up to me and is like, "I want to watch a good movie, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind."
You could have said Puss in Boots.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, what child would want to see Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
No, if they did.
if you started the story,
A
and
normal
like,
one.
No.
If you started the story and it was like the three kids, they were like, "I want to go see Shrek. Can you help us see Shrek?" I would have been like, "That's it. That's real."
Okay, but Mortal Kombat and you're like a fake story?
Yeah, that might not even be a real movie.
It's a real movie. You
Yeah,
can look it up, and it's
that's what
maybe
you
not
think.
great from when I saw the trailer of it.
Mortal Kombat.
All right, we'll see if we can't convince y'all otherwise, though.
Okay.
But before I do that, let's time to bibbity boppity boo jump into the sources.
Oh.
Oh, source time.
Oh yeah, source time. So this is the cool part of the episode. I use Wikipedia again for a lot of stuff, like I always do. Most of the What's up?
I love Wikipedia.
Me too.
Wikipedia is so great if like you need to find some information to help you write a podcast.
I like Wikipedia because you can go there, and
You can go there?
yeah, you can go there, and
What does it look like?
it looks like it's like I don't know. It's different every time.
Yeah, you pick any word and like the page is different. It's like about that word or
Yeah.
phrase.
Oh.
And you can learn shit, and
Sorry. I'm making a ruckus because my kitty is here.
yeah, Megan's
Aw,
making
is
me
it
my
Yuki
train
or
of
is
thought.
it any of the other 7 cats that live in the house?
It's Ted. I have 3 cats now.
I love it.
That is a total of
6 cats.
Yep.
Woo! They're all cute
6 cats in
and
the house.
adorable. And we have Cat of the Week races now.
I love
Freya
it.
wins every time.
Wait, I feel like there's 4 days in a week and 3
4
and
days.
6 cats total, and maybe 7 days in a week and 4 weeks in a month.
There's 4 days in a week, 3 days in the weekend. Can we finally like elect Friday to weekend status?
I thought you hated
We
them.
don't have a
do.
job.
None of us do.
Yeah, every day's the weekend.
What, for jobs?
My living hell.
Woo!
Anyway,
and before
Black-Eyed Peas.
Black-Eyed Peas. Most of
your
the introductory
sources.
bit. comes from the news report that Brian Bethel was actually interviewed for in an article titled "Brian Bethel Recounts His Possible Paranormal Encounters with BEKs," written by Bethel himself on the Abilene Reporter News because he is a reporter. I believe he wrote it in 2013, but the article itself is on the Wayback Machine and not like on a specific site, so I don't know for certain.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. I also used the Wayback Machine to find Bethel's original mail-in story to the Ghost Discussion mail-in ghost story page. I don't know if page is the word here, but like he chatted about this a bit with friends, and they have a little update. That'll be cute later. And then there's a collection of stories on the website Week in Weird, collected by Greg Newkirk and Dana Matthews.
Question, week as in, oh, you're so weak, or week as in, it's the week?
Week as in there's like 4 days in one.
Okay, got it.
And weird.
Week in Weird.
Oh.
Like, this week in Weird.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
They have a lot of different Black Eyed Kids. Black Eyed Kids.
Gotcha!
That's gonna happen a lot.
They have a Black Eyed Pea for every day of the week, all 4 of them.
All 4 of them.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think there's 4 members in the Black... There might be more. I think there's 5.
I think there's 4.
None of us know.
If you count Fergie.
I love Fergie.
Yeah, she's one.
None of us know.
I know. I also used the article Canik Chases Black-Eyed Demon Child, written by Virginia Lambkin on the blog Seeks Ghosts.
Jesus.
And last but not least, a man named David Weatherly wrote a book simply titled Black-Eyed Children. And while I don't have it, a lot of the articles I read also reference that. Oh, look at me being honest.
Oh.
I usually read books if I can find them, but I don't know how to ship books here from America.
That's valid.
You should have just read it in German.
I don't know. Like, a lot of these ghost story books don't like get translated.
Why not? Tell them to try.
I don't think German people love this stuff as much as Americans.
So are they like not superstitious?
Is that why?
I don't think they're like superstitious. I don't think they're not superstitious, but like the vibes are different. Like, I think you'll get more people that are like, "Oh yeah, vampires are real."
Oh.
Or I'm making that up. I don't actually know, but I think like I was talking to somebody and they're like, "Yeah, German people just do not believe in ghosts that often. Like, there aren't a lot of ghost sightings here."
I think we need a German opinion. Oh, Lucas.
He's asleep.
Oh, Lucas.
Hey there, my name's Lucas.
Luke.
Aaron's wrong. Ghosts are real.
That's not
Thank you,
talks.
Lucas.
Well,
And that's how he talks.
No, you didn't use an accent. He has a little accent.
give,
Oh yeah, I guess he does.
give me a reason to believe.
In the Black Eyed Peas.
No, give me a reason to believe why Germans don't believe in ghosts. Give me.
I don't know. Somebody was just telling me that it's like, I don't know, it's not as much as we think. And then I
Source?
it was like
Next week's
wrong.
video.
Ghosts are real.
Did you tell them about Jeff the Killer?
I'm about to.
Is Jeff the Killer one of these cutie kids?
What?
Ooh, that's an interesting theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeff the Killer is a Black Eyed Pea.
Jeff the Killer is a Black-Eyed Pea.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can't convince y'all if Jeff the Killer is a Black-Eyed Pea who believes in German ghosts.
All right, let's go.
So yes, like I said earlier, this story is not a straight-up creepypasta like a lot of people believe it to be. Because with stories like, for example, The Slender Man, the origins are easy to find. It was a monster that someone made up with a series of photoshopped images and a made-up backstory lore for a contest on the Something Awful forum by Eric Knudsen, aka Victor Surge. Gotta give that guy credit. The creator isn't
more like
creepypasta art.
more like sleepy pasta.
I don't need pasta.
I had a lot of pasta for dinner, like way too much, and I got a tummy ache.
Oh.
I had mac and cheese.
That's pasta.
I had chicken.
That's not
And
pasta.
salad. This isn't unimportant.
Megan and I went to Burlington Coat Factory earlier.
We fucking did, bro.
I thought they've been like having a going out of business sale for like 5 years.
Oh, they moved. So I think I heard that this is also not important, but I heard that the lots in our mall are like way too expensive for what they're worth. So a lot of stores are just like moving out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yep.
We also went to Hobby Lobby.
Didn't find anything.
Did you find ISIS treasures?
I wish.
We might have.
I'd return it. I'd be like, steal it.
Sorry,
and
ISIS.
Then ship it back. Not to like ISIS specifically, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no,
You
yeah,
guys
you're right. I
can
think
have
ISIS is the one that's stealing them.
Yeah. I'll give it to like the country of origin.
Oregon?
That's smart.
The country of Oregon. Return home sweet artifacts.
We're stopping ISIS this episode.
Oh, that's exciting.
Tell me more.
Oh yeah. The creator isn't claiming to have seen the Slender Man ever, but that's not the case with this story. Whether you believe it or not, Brian Bethel is claiming that this is a real experience that happened to him, which is, even if he's not telling the truth, I think it's important to know that this isn't just an image board monster of the week. This is also the only time that Bethel has experienced something like this, and this is also a story that Bethel is very tired of talking about from what he wrote about back in 2013. So I imagine he'd be completely fed up with it now.
Yeah.
To conclude, the Brian Bethel... Oh, yeah, sorry.
He would say
What's
that.
Yeah, he's crazy for that.
I'm gonna bust your theory, buddy.
Yeah, it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's a reporter. He can't say, "Oh, I made it up," because there goes his credibility. Gotcha, Bethel.
Yep, he's
Bethel,
a liar and a fraud.
And he's like in too deep. Like he's been lying for too long.
Yeah, he can't go back.
He's in the game.
He's too deep in the game. To conclude the Brian Bethel arc, though, this man is actually a reporter by trade. So as soon as he got away from the movie theater parking lot, he wrote down as many notes as he could remember and sent his story to a mailing list that focused on publishing ghost stories, from what I could gather, called Ghost Discuss.
How convenient.
Though I think he'd send it 2 years after the event.
Yeah, how convenient that he was thinking he was gonna make millions off of his stupid fake story.
How convenient. He was already going to the post office. Oh, I guess I'll just mail this little thing too.
How convenient. He was about to drop by Big Blue, as we like to call it.
Yeah. How convenient. He stopped by the mall first.
The movie theater.
The movie theater.
Yeah.
That could have been in the mall. I don't know.
How convenient. They just wanted to all watch Mortal Kombat at the same time.
Yeah, how convenient, Aaron.
A movie no one wanted to watch.
We're busting your facts.
Alright, you can kill one story, but like the Hydra's head, Werewolf 4 minutes plays.
What? This is scary?
It's a scary episode.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Like the Hydra. Was horrifying creature. However, though I mentioned that Bethel wouldn't experience another black-eyed child sighting again, this story does contain an epilogue. Or maybe even a prologue.
He was a black-eyed child?
No.
Oh.
Are they aliens?
No.
Cute.
Actually, maybe.
Oh.
We'll see. I have opinions.
Okay.
One of Bethel's friends, a ghost hunter by the name of Chad.
Oh, so
with
conveniently friends with a ghost hunter.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
Bethel from the drop is a fan of ghosts. Like that's the important thing that I will be honest about. Brian Bethel from the drop has been reading ghost stories.
Gotcha.
How convenient that he just so happens to write it down.
His friend Chad, who didn't want to disclose his last name, claimed that one of his friends, who claimed to possess psychic abilities and is also nameless, claims to have had a strange dream involving children knocking at her front door and demanding to get into her home. Brian Bethel and this woman shared a call, wherein she tells Bethel that she noticed something odd about the children in her dream and couldn't figure it out until she saw their eyes. Bitch black. Wait, that's a typo.
Aaron, I think this is the most credible story yet.
Yeah.
No, go somewhere.
Yeah, his friend has a friend that is going nameless that saw them in a dream. They're real.
But like they're just in a little forum with like 5 people.
Okay, so here's the
They're
thing.
hanging out. Yeah.
His name was Chad.
This is the part of the story. No, this is one of
This
Chad's
is just a
friends.
setup. This is just a setup. Wait till we get to the domino.
The
effect.
payoff. Yeah,
Okay,
this is when it all comes.
It'll come crashing
Bitch black.
down.
Got it. Keep going.
No sclera. Even though it was a dream, she claimed that she knew that the children would kill her if she let them in, and then told Brian, quote, "And they would have killed you too if you had let them into your car." which, this is the devil's advocate moment. The layman's explanation was that Brian obviously told friends this story before taking it to the mailing list, so it's not out of the question that one friend would try to get a rise out of Bethel, not to mention that it's not unreasonable to just, have a dream about that sort of thing if someone's talking about it. I often dream about weird and scary stories that I hear about. No, I don't. Why'd I write that?
I keep having dreams about elephants.
I think I've been having like normal ass dreams where I like go to the story.
I had a dream about like religious terrorism in America, where it's super like crazy Christians were like they had gathered us at a church, and if we didn't say we were gonna convert to Christianity, they would kill us, and then they killed a bunch of people.
I keep having dreams
Wow, okay.
It was really dark.
I keep having dreams where elephants show up.
Like pink ones?
What?
Like they're pink?
No.
I like Maegan's dream better than your scummy elephant one.
Yeah.
Maegan's had drama
Mine
and
sounds
stakes.
fun.
Mine's epic.
It's not fun.
You are mad you didn't see an elephant.
Religious terrorism is bad.
We hate religious terrorism.
That's right.
And elephants, apparently.
I love elephants.
Yeah.
They're in
Elephants.
my top 10 animals.
Me. Hate him.
Aaron's talking about me. All again, who's surprised?
Okay, so the guy had a stupid dream where nothing happened.
He,
a guy's friend had a dream who's like, those black-eyed kids would kill you. The next part of my note's kind of unrelated. Also tangent. I completely disagree with this decision, but instead of just saying black-eyed kids, people on the internet now just refer to them as BEKs, which is stupid and not scary. Hate it.
Yeah, that sounds like a cute nickname.
That makes him sound like an alien.
It sounds like something you can order at the Burger King.
Yeah, it does.
BK.
Or like how people call like Ruth Bader Ginsburg like RBG.
This podcast is
kind of like that.
Sponsored by Burger King. It is
Burger King, almost as good as McDonald's.
Almost as
maybe
good
better.
That's not a good
Who
advertisement.
gives me money
it's
first?
almost as good as the basic.
Burger King is not like close.
Almost as good as the bare minimum.
Burger King is not even close to being as good as McDonald's, and McDonald's sucks.
Yeah.
Aaron's never getting sponsored.
By
yeah, if you want to give me money, I will kill you.
That's alright.
You're right. The BEK thing kind of sounds like BEM or like the other Pokemon.
It kind of sounds like Ninetales. Like, what the hell? Like Umbreon?
Now, before this is where I'm bad at note taking. Now, before I go on and finish Brian Bethel's arc, like I said I was going to, there is one more black-eyed kid sighting coming from a man by the name of John Northwood out of Portland, Oregon.
That's a fake name.
That's where the artifacts should go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Full circle.
The ISIS artifacts.
Yeah.
I heard that apparently Portland is the
Oh
worst
my
place
god!
to...
Aaron, I'm sorry, we're gonna sidetrack you. Something we've been doing for fun is watching like YouTube travel guide videos to just like the most random ass cities. We like looked up Portland, Oregon, and like there's like all these videos saying don't move to Oregon, don't go to Portland, 10 reasons not to move to Portland, and it was all like the same guy on different YouTube channels. It was weird.
It wasn't the same guy. They were all
like real estate agents.
Yeah, they're all different real estate agents with like the same style, the same like video progression. It was weird.
Yeah, look it up. It'll be funny.
No,
the
don't.
Portland conspiracy.
I don't
yeah,
want. I don't want to ruin.
Us to move there.
I don't want to ruin Portland for you.
Yeah, you and the real estate Illuminati.
Yeah. Hey, that's a video idea.
If you don't want to ruin Portland, I'm sure gonna with a scary tale.
With a fake one.
Yeah,
a real one.
Story.
John Northwood is, quote, a pagan rights coordinator. It's probably not a real name. I think he's just like a pagan dude who had a cool name.
Pagan?
It might be real.
Oh, that's like witch. Okay.
Yeah. Which is a job that I really, really want. And he's also a ghost hunter for the group Spirit. And also, he's a friend of Brian Bethel's. So just like with the unnamed psychic woman, who's to say whether or not he's telling the story to get a rise out of Bethel or something? Mm-hmm. However, According to the legend, Northwood and Bethel get to talking about supernatural stuff on a little blog, or I guess in just like private, and without Bethel sharing his story first. That's important. Northwood regales Bethel with an eerily similar black-eyed kid story of his own out of Portland. This would also occur somewhere around 1996 and predate any internet fascination with the black-eyed kids. But also, for further context, and their little chat log that Bethel posted, Bethel chose to go by the name Thoth, like the ibis-headed Egyptian god of moon and knowledge, and I think that's cute. He's just like, my name's Brian Bethel and I'm a goofball.
I thought he just misspelled thought.
How convenient that a pagan guy who worships pagan gods would be haunted, huh?
No, Brian Bethel did that.
Yeah.
The reporter.
No.
I guess he might also be a pagan. I'm only left to assume. But they also would chat with emoticons, and Bethel writes stuff like, "Indeed, do tell me, Master Northwood," semicolon parentheses. It has just like furry Telegram chat energy for those who know. I don't want to mock it. It was really delightful to read their chat log because they were just being silly while also being like, "Oh, pray tell, the scary story is about to send a chill down my spine." It was like really fun.
Yeah, it's like roleplay.
Yeah, but real.
But fake.
But real.
Yeah.
So story time. John Northwood was at a seminar for software development in downtown Portland that ended up getting out at 10 p.m., though I believe it went a little bit later. Northwood went and picked up some fast food and got to his car by 11 p.m., but as soon as he started his engine, there was a tapping on the glass. Certain that no one was around as soon as he turned the ignition, Northwood was obviously startled. Someone had snuck up on him. At which point, Bethel responds with, quote, "This sounds ... incredibly familiar, John," without elaborating. He's just being a little goofy. Northwood continues. He looked up to see who was tapping on the glass, and it was a colleague named Doug from the conference.
Oh.
Northwood was in fact in a well-lit parking structure on the 3rd floor and had no real reason to be freaked out. And this was a familiar face, so he quietly pushed down his feelings of uneasiness. That is, until Doug began to ask him for a ride around the block a few times before getting back to his car. According to the friend, there were 3 children loitering around his car. Northwood obliged, admitting that he simply thought that the children would be like rebellious punk types. But when he started to drive his car and pulled around to see his friend's car, the expectations were subverted. Here were 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl, no older than 14. Though the girl was smoking a cigarette.
What?
Smoking children.
Smoking 2 cigarettes?
I just like inhaled a lot into the microphone, and the podcast listeners are like, "What?
What do you do?"
Oh, just the bit. Not elaborating. The smoking a cigarette. Northwood also describes the girl as ... weird, just freaky. You know, clothes and hair and makeup, goth-o-matic. The 2 kids were, I don't know, just scary as shit.
What's wrong with goths, huh?
This guy sounds like a real stick in the mud.
This guy sounds like a stupid, dumb idiot.
Yeah, it
this guy sounds like
he
a
doesn't
bump
have
on a
room
log.
to judge Mr. Pagan Witch.
Yeah, I don't know why he's afraid of goths.
Yeah, that's like half pagan people.
He's probably met like 100 goths before. What's his big deal, huh?
That's a good point. Why did he do that?
Yeah, he's an unreliable source.
Very convenient that he just so happens to be making fun of goth people.
Yeah, it sounds like there's an agenda going on
Yeah, I think
he hates his job.
I think he hates his job.
Woe was Northwood, however, because due to his curious habit of rubbernecking, he slowed down enough for the children to approach the car. The doors remained locked, but Northwood pulled down the passenger window. The youngest child said, also in an intense monotone, quote, "It's scary out there all alone, and we just wanted a ride home." While the older boy said, quote, "You promised you'd help us out." Doug replied, saying things like, "I don't even know you, and I didn't promise you anything." Unnameable panic welled up inside of Northwood, who didn't trust these children at all. But Doug, seemingly fed up, said that he'd just get out of the car and handle it, despite John's protests. As soon as he reached for the handle, though, Northwood looked up to see that all 3 children's eyes, like with Bethel's story, were pitch black, no sclera. Fear and instinct kicked in, and Northwood peeled out of there in reverse. But unlike with Bethel's story, the children ran after the two men. What's up? Northwood was able to get out of the third floor without either getting caught up to or hitting the kids with the car. What does that mean?
Like killing
Probably
them.
like not killing them. Too bad.
I mean, like, what was he on the third floor? Parking garage.
Oh, yeah.
But as soon as he got to the bottom floor, the oldest boy was already waiting at the exit. But without so much as slowing down, Northwood peeled past the corner and sped off. As soon as he left the structure, the children had completely disappeared. Doug had passed out, and Northwood states that the untraceable fear he possessed had inexplicably vanished. The two returned 10 minutes later to see if the children were gone, and thankfully, there were nary a black-eyed kid in sight.
Why'd they go back?
Why
did they go back?
They weren't there. No.
They're like, well, I was
They went back because Doug's car was there, and
you
John was like, he could have, but he didn't want to. The
story
story does not fucking end right there, though, because this one gets a little silly, if you're ready for it.
Like fake silly?
Oh, yeah. We're ready.
We'll see. Doug tells John that he gave the youngest child a ride earlier on his way to the seminar, but got a weird feeling as soon as the older brother and sister showed up. John would follow Doug on his way home, and then, at an intersection, Doug would allegedly go through an intersection right after a yellow light turned red, get hit by a truck, and die.
Oh.
John claims that he got a feeling of dread right before that occurred, I guess. But yeah, in this story, the other dude just died.
Oh.
So you know me, Foxxo Esoterica fans. If a dude is dead in the story, I'm going to be double-checking obituaries.
Yeah!
I'm double-checking obituaries, because with this detail alone, I doubt a lot about John Northwood's story, because the man doesn't have a last name. I couldn't find anything definite, especially from the 90s.
Yeah.
Crashes that ended up taking lives occurred at night in the year 1996 in Portland, Oregon, for sure, but like specific name information is not available online as far as I can find. There are a lot of statistics with a lot of numbers and very little names, allegedly.
You could
Beth
go full 3 a.m. challenge, get your Ouija board out and try to contact them.
Is there a Doug?
I'm pretty sure I left my Ouija board in the house you all are at, so you're gonna have to
what?
do it for me.
I
didn't bring it.
You should know how lazy I am.
You scoundrel.
Yeah. You guys got this scary board.
Oh my god.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you don't gotta. Yeah. But as far as I can tell, there are a lot of statistics with numbers and very little names. Allegedly, Bethel claims to have done the research himself and concludes that Doug actually existed. But, you know, at this point, I don't believe in this story.
How convenient. He was able to find the records and not provide them.
Yeah,
we should get a forced confession.
We should hold him at gunpoint. I was telling Alex that robbers are basically like modern day hagglers.
Why?
Because it's like, can I have this money in exchange for your life? Like, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna say no to that.
If somebody like approached me and said that, I'd be like, let's do less money.
I'd give them my shipped card.
How much for my shoes?
Give them my DoorDash card.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do with that, stupid? Anyway.
To end Northwood's story, he did wait at the intersection to give a police report after calling the police, and he waited for a while until he got there. But as soon as he was cleared to leave, he saw the 3 black-eyed children one more time, 3 blocks away, before he just noped out of there and left. So this story's a little silly for probably being fake, but it is important because Northwood told the story to Bethel before Bethel shared his own black-eyed kid story.
That one's fake.
Yeah, that one's fake.
That
fake
one's not
alert.
real.
Fake alert. They set it up.
He made up a fake guy.
Okay.
He made up some fake kids. He just wanted to make fun of goth.
Yeah, it sounds like John Northwood was like, let me one up my friend's story here. Yeah, there were 3 kids, not 2. And my friend died, actually.
Yeah. This one's silly. If somebody actually died, like, I feel bad, but, this one's a little silly.
But I don't believe anyone actually died.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian Bethel?
Brian Bethel, yeah.
If you want me to believe you, provide some documentation, okay? Provide some records, reporter.
I like how if we're
we
wrong...
need the receipts.
We need the receipts.
I like how if we're wrong, we're all just making fun of a dead guy, like a guy who died.
I mean...
Yeah, I know.
Then we'll apologize.
You guys should watch what you say.
I'll apologize.
When I'm in heaven, I'll find him.
You think he's gonna be there?
Give him a hug. I'm sorry that you died.
Sorry you died and we didn't think you were a real person. I guess we're not making fun of the fact that he might have died. We're just saying this doesn't sound like it actually happened.
Here's my big problem. Because you guys are all making fun of this Mr. Northwood. I feel a little bad. I gotta switch teams. He's real. His friend who died is real.
Devil's advocate.
And you can't tell me, because he didn't know. He didn't hear the story yet.
Yeah.
He's,
that's like the thing that people say online, and like whether or not Bethel told Northwood like in private is one thing, but like that's what it's claimed, and if that's the case, then it like makes it a little bit more believable. But like when a story like this ends up in a person dying and it's not like a true crime thing, like where people are thinking about it in that lines, it's like weird to think about. But I guess there's like stories. This is like a little bit of a tangent, but like I guess I've like read about stories of people getting like tragically maimed in the woods, and like the people there are like, Bigfoot did it, but then the cops are like, it was a wild animal. Bigfoot's not real.
Bigfoot
At
is
least
not
there's
real.
records there.
Yeah.
You know?
That is the thing. That is the thing.
Yeah.
Bigfoot's not real.
I don't know if this is real.
Bigfoot
There'd
real.
be some documentation of it.
Bethel would tell us.
Yeah.
So I keep saying that I'm going to wrap up the Brian Bethel arc, but the next section is called Brian Bethel Resolution. So this is the third time.
Like Dance Revolution?
This next one is Brian Bethel Revelation.
This is Brian Bethel Reloaded.
The Fire Emblem Fates.
So a common critique of the story is that as a reporter, Brian Bethel made it up to sell a story. So to put everything out there, here is a chronologue. Is that a word? I'm going to go with it. Chronologue of what Bethel did with the story exactly. For the first 2 years, he only really shared it with friends, then sent it to an aforementioned mailing list story, which was kind of also run by a colleague. However, the story got to the internet and spread around rapidly as a sort of proto-creepypasta.
Kind of
without
also
Bethel
run by a colleague? I'm sorry, what?
Aforementioned mailing list story, which is kind of also run by a colleague. I don't remember what I meant by that.
This is so incredible. I love it.
No, that's my fault. I didn't.
I know, I just think
write it.
like, he was kind of also run by one of his friends. Maybe.
I don't think I meant that. Like, I don't think it was his friend. I don't know why I wrote that.
I do think it's cringe how the only stories come from people who have talked to this guy.
Yeah.
This is just the first part. I guess that we're not like that.
I might be jumping ahead a little bit. Isn't this like a thing in Japan too?
No.
That a different kid thing?
No.
That's a different kid.
I think it's like kind of related to the ring, like in a way.
Oh, you're making me so angry. I'm gonna tear the packaging off.
What's up? Me?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Now I got sticky
hands. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Sticky hands.
Before Alex comes over to Germany and kills me with his bare hands, I'm gonna
see a magic
come
trick?
to. I'll see a magic trick.
Hold on, I'm doing it right now.
The empty water bottle.
How am I holding it?
Oh wait. Yeah, okay, I see now. That's interesting.
Wait, hold on. What the hell?
That's crazy.
Shit!
You dropped the water bottle on the computer.
It's okay. It's empty.
Yippee!
Hooray! It's empty.
The water is not on the computer.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
That is the blurriest. Oh, long neck woman.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Long neck.
Good. What's her lore? So that way people who have been clueless.
Can you stop funking their water bottle?
No.
Alright, ASMR.
You know what?
The long-necked woman, or Rokuro Kubi, is a Japanese urban legend about female creatures that look and act like normal humans, but at night...
Female creatures.
I know female. Their necks grow longer and longer, freeing their heads to move around almost independently from their bodies. Most Rokuro Kubi are young, attractive women, and they take pleasure in scaring regular humans. You know it's a man that wrote it because it's females.
Probably just a
female creatures.
Female creatures. Sorry, I was looking for scary Japanese children.
Are we? Hold on. Okay.
What's up?
Wait.
What's
Wait.
Up?
That doesn't work.
I'm gonna let mine. This is the point in the podcast where Alex had to go upstairs to grab his charger, but when he came back downstairs, he forgot to record for a bit. So if this conversation sounds one-sided for a part of the episode, that's the reason why. This is the arc where I come to Brian Bethel's defense. Are you ready? Yeah, he's real. As a reporter, his contact info was public, so he both got a lot of calls from other news reporters trying to track down the stories, which he got a bit tired of, as well as anybody who claimed to have their own story, which, even though he isn't explicitly collecting them, he did respond to people's stories at that point, but not all of them. He has gone on record to say, quote, "I never wanted the reporter news to be a venue for this story. It's easy to find online, as I said. I call it a weakness, or maybe common sense, but I prefer to keep my encounters with the paranormal, parentheses, asking me sometime about the ghost that haunted our newsroom back in college, parentheses, separate from my award-winning journalism career." Brian Bethel did go on a TV show. He went on Monsters and Mysteries in America for an episode with the title Badlands as its theme, which he has gone on record to say makes no sense because it's not the kind of country Abilene is. That's more of a North Dakota vibe. Though none of the stories in that episode are about North Dakota things, so he's even more confused, as am I. To be fair, he did that in 2013, and ever since then he's like, I don't want it anymore. For the cred, that episode aired on April 2013, and it went on for 3 seasons. Bethel probably did get paid for it, so full disclosure. Brian Bethel also has a Twitter account, and he does not post often, but he did post a lot of cool things during Black Lives Matter in support of him. And he was in support of mask mandates, so he's a pretty cool guy with a cool vibe, in my opinion. And honestly, when I went through his Twitter account, he literally never mentioned the Black Eyed Kids, like, through the entirety of it. And I scoured. We gotta get back on track, though. A movie was released in 2012 called Sunshine Girl and the Hunt for the Black-Eyed Children, which was actually funded by a Kickstarter as a small spin-off feature film related to the web series project called The Haunting of Sunshine Girl, which for some reason I've never heard about till now, but the project was successful and it reignited Black-Eyed Children interest and is also one of the only instances of a Kickstarter working that I've ever heard of. There's also a 2021 short 12-minute video that shows up 8 different times if you type in Black-Eyed Children. Not that it sparked a lot of stories or anything, I just wanted to bring it up. It's called Don't Let Them In, The Urban Legends of Black-Eyed Children, Monstrum, and was made by PBS Monstrum and written by Dr. Emily Zarka, and I don't think she, included a lot of new information, but I thought it was cute. Okay, so a little Foxxo Esoterica blunder. We had a little bit of a recording issue.
It was Maegan.
Wherein somebody forgot to hit the button when they came back from the pause. And you're doing okay, because we only lost 20 minutes, and that's fine.
We lost we lost the Sewer Gator website, and I think that's a shame, because that place is funny.
Just look it up.
Oh yeah, check out the Sewer Gator website for some surprises.
All right, Aaron, what you're gonna do is you're gonna try and tell the story as fast as you can.
Okay.
No breaths,
and then,
no breaks, just go for it.
And then Alex will bring up Injured Cold when I tell him to, because I liked it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, bada bing, bada boom. These first stories are Black-Eyed Children outliers, though. The Brian Bethel and John Northwood one, though, for one major reason. Oh, yeah, some footprints. I'll get to that.
Wow, footprints, something that anyone could have left. Haha. Okay, keep going.
They're aliens. I'm on board now.
Both of these stories took place in parking lots. A substantial amount of other tales occur in far more intimate setting of people's own homes, though. Yes, if you thought your own home was safe from ghosts. You know what? I think you could just... I told the story in normal podcast formatting, and we could just...
edit it around.
Yeah, I don't gotta do it again.
They were smiling.
I just said, yeah.
They were singing? That reminds me of Andrew Cold. Is that his name?
Indrid.
What?
Indrid. It's not a real word.
Oh, okay.
Like Indrid. Andrew Cold.
It reminds me of that guy.
Who's that?
He smiles like an alien. Next.
Like he was looking for Mothman. He was trying to find the Mothman when he was around, and he did a lot of smiling and pulling up and being like, "I'm normal guy." Yeah.
So cute.
But he's an alien.
This man. You know, if this was like middle school and we were doing the wax museum again, I would have wanted to be him.
He's not real.
He's pretty cool. No, he's real. For those of you who are worried, worry not. I will take the time to actually record the story in full towards the end of the episode. And I'm going to do it all dramatic and add a little bit of musical flair. It'll be a great way to end the episode. Do bear with me, though, as I handle the discussion of the story before actually presenting it to you. Rest assured, this will be the final technical difficulty, both in this episode and in the second part. But let's get back to the episode. But the black-eyed kids and their gay dads drove off.
Woo!
And, Maegan likes the gays. I think Alex does, too.
2 husbands?
2 husbands.
That's so exciting. That's representation.
After a half hour later, the power returned, and I'm so sorry to the cat lovers out there, but things only got worse for the couple. 2 of the cats just straight up disappeared, assumed to have run off. But 1 cat was found dead in a pool of vomited blood. The vet declared that he had died of a hemorrhage. The husband continued to get nosebleeds to the point where it was warranted that a doctor's visit should occur, which was a good idea because he was diagnosed with skin cancer early enough to treat it. But the doctor was baffled at how he got the cancer.
Well, I mean,
it was
that's
the kind.
Just how it happened.
What's up?
You know.
It was the kind that you get that only happens if you were to do something like use a tanning bed every day or work out in the hot sun in the desert every day. Neither things that the Vermont native partook in.
Do we have records to prove this?
I think they just mailed it in, so no. But like it was like they didn't die. I think he treated it and went into remission.
Oh, he's good then. Yay!
He's a
chef. He did it.
Sorry.
Don't explain that one.
Okay. No, I won't.
The woman herself kept getting nosebleeds and dizzy spells, as well as other health problems that she felt were too personal to disclose. But at this point, that's where the story ended, and it's assumed that both people recovered.
She grew another arm.
She did it.
Okay.
God bless. No, it was.
So you know what I'm gonna do? Because this is a little new thing I'm gonna do. We don't have to stop recording or anything, but I'm gonna just be like 2-part episode. So before we go to the next part, which will be released at a different point, do you all have any points? Because we're directly halfway in the script.
I think they're
Do you have
aliens.
any hot takes?
They're aliens, and they're real now. I decided.
Good.
In the part where we cut out stuff, I decided that they're real.
I convinced him.
Like, here's the thing.
It happened off camera.
Aaron made a really convincing argument that you will never hear.
Okay, here's my thing. So Brian Bethel, don't believe any of the shit he's spewing, like, at all.
Except the part where he said they're aliens.
He didn't.
I don't think he did. I don't think he said that.
I don't think he did.
He implied it heavily.
The second story, like, as sad as this sounds, it sounds like a trafficking or, like, an abuse thing, not to be, like, a bummer.
I don't think that those guys usually have magical powers, though.
The parking lot one or the one with the 2 dads?
The 2 dads.
I don't think trafficking victims usually have superpowers.
I don't know. I always feel bad for kids if they're not wearing, like, appropriate winter gear.
I think they're aliens.
You know?
I think, like, the appropriate winter gear is one thing, but the fact that they were dressed up like Mennonite children is, like, that's just unrelated entirely. In a way that's, like, what would be going on at that point unless they're trying to emulate something that you're comfortable with?
Yeah,
I hope you're not right.
Yeah, you got a point. You got a point. So, yay! Probably no abuse.
I think they're Mennonites.
Yeah, that's...
That's just what they do.
This is just what they do. They're pulling a sick prank.
They're Mennonite aliens.
Giving kids... Yeah,
strangling a cat in the bathroom. Just Mennonite things.
Sick prank, bro.
So Alex is on the alien track. Megan needs convincing.
Megan's on the depressing abuse track.
Sorry.
God.
I'm not on the depressing. It was just something I considered.
Come up with. We're not gonna finish recording right now, but come up with a new take so I end the episode on a different note.
Oh, okay.
I think that they're human. That was a giant spike. Oh my god, you need to quiet down.
Look at that. I'll be good.
No, not you.
It's me.
No, I mean, like, I'll edit it later.
Oh,
okay. So here's my theory, okay?
Yeah.
I think it's a cult.
Okay.
Is that a bummer too?
I guess, yeah, I think technically it's a bummer, but it's like a cool...
Everybody commits suicide and abused each other. Is that a better note?
I mean, I guess, okay, no, here's my real note. This is the one we'll use. I think these people believe they saw what they saw, but I think there's a lot of coincidences happening. I feel like there's not a lot of, like, concrete proof that any of this happened. So I'm a non-believer.
You know what? You're not wrong. It's like...
I'm a non-believer.
All of these stories are people mailing in and being like, here's what I saw, without, like, getting a news reporter out there to, like, report on it, besides Brian Bethel's. Yeah. And, like, most stories that happen in, like, ghost story stuff are kind of, like, along those lines. These are just happening in people's homes, so it feels weirder.
Yeah, not like the Loveland frog. There's photographic proof of that.
There's...
Oh, yeah.
This is about this is on a believability scale so far. This is probably on par with Marina Mortegard Glesgore, just because I brought that one up earlier.
I like that one because I think I remember what it is.
I don't remember if that's still in the podcast or not.
I think these exist as much as, like, Bloody Mary does, which doesn't exist.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm the Bloody Mary not believer.
Yeah, I'm not.
But, like, I'll give these kids a chance.
I'm gonna make a tier list for all believability of all the cryptids, and they're just not they're aliens, sure. But,
are aliens cryptids?
Aliens are not cryptids, unless it's Mothman, because he's an alien.
No, I think aliens.
That's the one.
No, name 5.
No, I just...
Dover Demon.
mean, like, cryptids in the way of something that doesn't naturally live here.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I think all cryptids naturally live here, unless they're all aliens.
That'd be funny. Woof.
All right, Foxxo Esoterica heads, get ready for me to edit and then publish the next part a week later. While meanwhile, me and my siblings are gonna just carry right on ahead.
Woo, woo.
No, we're waiting a week too. Don't bring.
Oh yeah, this is a long episode. I'm gonna unedited week-long footage. And
We've
I'm
been
gonna
doing
edit
this over the course of 2 weeks, just like 10-minute increments.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we don't forget.
We have a timer set. I don't sleep anymore.
Yeah.
Russian sleep experiment.
That is a funny thing to bring up. It is 7:54 our time. What time is it for you, bud?
Maybe 2 a.m.
Woo! Alright, see you next week.
Meanwhile...
As promised before, I will be going through the Vermont story in its entirety in posterity for you all to listen to in its entirety. And again, I apologize for the audio such and such. But let's just get right to it. A substantial amount of other tales occur in far more intimate setting of people's own homes. Yes, if you thought your own home was safe from ghosts or other supernatural occurrences, you'd be wrong. Nothing is out of the question for the black-eyed kids. Take, for example, the story of an anonymous woman from a rural town in Vermont, sometime in 2015. This story was mailed into the Week in Weird website and was edited by Greg Newkirk. The woman is awoken one night, at around 2 a.m, during an intense snowstorm. She and her husband lived alone in a house off in the country, living on a dirt road, so visitors at this hour are late. There's intense constant banging at the door. However, with the blizzard going on, someone might have needed help. Before opening the door, the woman looked out of her window to see the motion lights had indeed turned on, and there were footprints in the snow. But the front door itself obscured the landing itself, so she couldn't see who made the tracks, until she answered the door. She actually took a picture. There at the landing were 2 children, 1 boy and 1 girl, both no older than 8, dressed almost like Mennonites, and without a scrap of winter clothing. The boy had an odd, dated bowl cut, and the girl had long, straight hair, and both were looking at the ground. The woman explains that she wasn't worried for the children, but unnerved by them for some reason. They wouldn't make eye contact and asked the woman's husband to come in rather incessantly. The narrator asked where their parents were, and the children both said that they'd be there soon. The couple ushered the children into their homes to wait while the woman made hot chocolate. While the husband tried to ask them what happened, all they said was that their parents would arrive shortly. They were described as having a sing-songy voice, and not a semblance of apprehension. The woman's cats, however, were on edge and had their hair sticking up on end while they hissed, something the cats never did, allegedly. Then the woman returned, and things took a turn for the worse. As soon as she went to offer them hot chocolate, she noticed that their eyes were completely black. She didn't, however, lose her composure, despite feeling an intense fear. Her husband was holding his head, claiming that it felt light. Without taking the hot drink, both of the children asked if they could use the bathroom, which the woman allowed. They both went into the room at the same time. The woman's husband's nose had started to bleed, and he saw the eyes too, though he described them as the kind of eye injury you get when your eyelids bruise after a car accident, something his brother experienced. Then, the power went out. The woman felt raw, abject fear coursing through her. She apprehensively went to check on the children, who stood there in the dark hallway, motionless. After minutes of silence, the children declared, "Our parents are here," walked to the door, and went outside, leaving the door wide open. The couple saw a black car suddenly idling in the driveway, with 2 6-foot-tall men sitting in it, wearing black suits. They didn't respond to the husband waving. They simply sat there. The children got into the car, and the 4 drove off. After a half hour later, the power returned. I am so sorry to the cat lovers out there, but things would only get worse for the couple and their pets. 2 of the cats straight up disappeared, assumed to have run off, but one of the cats was found dead in a pool of vomited blood. The vet declared that he had died of a hemorrhage. The husband continued to get nosebleeds, to the point where it warranted a doctor's visit, which was a good idea, because he was diagnosed with skin cancer early enough to treat it. Though the doctor was baffled at how he got the cancer, it was the kind that only happened that quickly if you used a tanning bed regularly, or worked outside in the hot day of a desert sun every day. Neither things that the Vermont native partook in. The woman herself started getting nosebleeds and dizzy spells, as well as other health problems that she felt were too personal to disclose. And that is where this story ends. Though we're far from having approached the conclusions of this podcast, I'd be remiss if I left you in a lurch at the halfway point, without sharing an additional story, before you retire for the evening. Full disclosure, I'm writing this portion of the script after having recorded the episode with my siblings, so it will not be featuring into the discourse as to whether or not it's real, for them at least. But either way, this is a scary topic for some. I don't want to end the episode without frightening you a bit. This story comes from Jason Offit's blog, From the Shadows. In 2010, a man was working the night shift at an IT company in Ohio, and while it wasn't a part of his job that he played the role of security, he had regular access to all of the camera's monitors either way. Electing to keep both his name and his work anonymous, he went by the pseudonym Noetic. At 5 a.m., Noetic was outside to enjoy a smoke break when he saw 2 teenage boys standing outside the chain-link fence, somewhere around 14 to 16 years old. Wearing shorts and a hoodie, nothing too out of the ordinary for a night in July, they just stood there, watching. Obviously, this would have been a highly bizarre time for teenagers to be loitering, so perhaps that's why Noetic was completely frightened of these, well, children. But it probably didn't help that they simply remained there, watching, staring silently, as Noetic finished up his smoke break. The IT worker still didn't engage, though. They weren't really on property anyway. And he returned inside of the building. 2 minutes later, the doorbell buzzed. Noetic looked to see the 2 teenagers standing at the front door on his monitor, simply asking for the worker to come to the front door. Still unnerved, Noetic told them off, replying that he wasn't in the mood for any pranks, and that they needed to leave the property. Without speaking nor moving away, the 2 teenagers remained watching the camera. A while passes, and Noetic even goes to the front lobby to see if the teenagers are even there in the first place. being able to see out of the glass without the two being able to see within. Sure enough, there they remained, and whether or not they could actually see Noetic, they seemed to stare right at him in the lobby. Stare at him with completely black eyes. Noetic went to open the door and threatened to call the police, but one of the boys simply responded with, "That won't be necessary. Please just let us in. We simply need to use your phone." Noetic refused, and the child kept calmly demanding, No, you need to let us in. You're going to let us in." And all the while, the second child just stood there, grinning maniacally. Noetic gives up, closes the door, locks it, and returns to his monitor. One child remained at the door, but the second went towards the back, both of them simply waiting patiently. Noetic bluffed, claiming that the police were on their way, but the talkative child didn't change his tune. He only kept demanding, "Please, just let us in. Will only take a little while." Then, the two children moved towards a blind spot in the monitor, a spot which Noetic claims has no exit, and it wouldn't be possible for them to leave without crossing in front of the camera's frame again, even if they jumped the fence. Sure enough, even when the police arrived later to investigate, the two teenagers would never appear on the monitor again. They had completely disappeared. And Noetic, thankfully, knew to trust his instincts enough not to let them in.